Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today I'm going to be reacting to Behemoth, part 2 of 3. I've watched part 1 and it was very enjoyable, funny, informative as well. Inquisitor Kryptman, he he was really interesting as a character, calling the Tyranids the space bugs of death. That was interesting. Chapter Master Marinus Augustus Calgar is fighting against the Tyranids on the planet. I forgot the planet. Mega, I think it's called Mega. He's fighting against the Tyranids, and I'm hoping he wins. But you know, towards the end of part 1, there was a huge Tyranid with I think 6 arms approaching. So it doesn't look like it's going to be good. The other members of the Inquisitors, can I say entourage? His entourage of SRT's members, as well as Draken, the guy with the purple cloak and no arms. That guy was weird. The way he was so, interested in the Tyranids in a very meticulous manner, if I can say that. Yeah, he was a bit weird for me. And the Ultra Bar, the Ultra Bar was quite interesting. So yeah, part 1 was very fun, was very entertaining. Now we're moving off to part 2. All right, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so it has 4 arms, not 6. All right.
Master Calgar, the behavior of the Tyranids has suddenly changed. They have become extremely cunning. We have to change our tactics.
Silence, villains! We shall smash them one by one if we must.
Actually, I think this is becoming legitimately problematic, Master. The Tyranids seem to have become more vicious and cunning after that giant beast appeared. See? It's fake death! Really annoying.
Nonsense! As long as we'll have our vulnerable base! Fuck! Well, let us emancipate the other guard. Yes! Crucible should prevail! None can stand the races! Fuck you!
Get hurt, you Biasino! Master Calgar, do you want me to order a focus of blast cannon fire on this creature lights? Just standing right there.
Absolutely not! It is challenging me! And I will not let this foul, piss-stained insult my honor!
I think it might actually be taking advantage of our natural pride as humans to kill you and cut us off from your clan, Master! Are you sure challenging such a thing is, wise?
Let me see its power level!
This is like a Dragon Ball Z trope right here, isn't it? It must be.
Oh well, at least it was no. Almost made another weird reference. Go freeze! Tis but a scratch. The flinky simple flesh wound will stop me. You fucking spindly dinosaur! Haha! Only an amateur needs his arms to fight! Ah! No, my left eye! That was my favorite eye! That was my favorite leg! The Ultramarine Ultramarines always triumph! Have at you, foul Xeno scum! Fine then, call it a draw!
The Tyranids were severely underestimated, clearly.
Is that so? So after your men were slaughtered, and you, almost literally, had your ass handed to you by the superior hive tyrant, known as the Swarm Lord, you then won. Instantly and without explanation.
Yes, well, a couple of things happened. There were casualties, such as loss of the entire First Company, an Emperor-class battleship, and a very cool Baneblade that I actually like very much. Well, thankfully, the spaceship sacrificed itself to allow victory. Sort of.
But of course I, Calato Sicarius, was not part of this, and thus survived to lead the chapter to a new glory, especially when I'll become chapter master.
Sicarius, what the fuck are you doing on my phone? Knock it off before I use your head as a fucking broomstick!
He seemed a...
Okay, I'm not entirely sure if all the events that we just saw actually happened, or... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, because I could see that the chapter master has his arms and he has his legs back, so maybe either they can reattach them on a Space Marine, I'm not sure if that's even possible, or he has mechanical arms now or something. I'm not sure. You guys in the comment section, you guys can explain to me what's going on here. Yeah, I'm kind of lost, sorry.
little more depressed than our last meeting before the Tyrannic War. Strange, considering the vast amount of victories they had lately.
Well, I suppose losing all of your honor guard and first company isn't really smiles and ice cream. Anyway, why did you call in to ask what happened? Everyone knows the Ultramarines won the Battle of Macragge nowadays. And every other fucking battle since. I mean, seriously, what the fuck?
I just wanted to know what the key to their victory was, since I'm passing by Outramar again. We need to keep records of any means we can use against these creatures. For example, I now have acknowledged that it is a bad idea to try and duel a 10-meter tall super bug dinosaur with crystal swords and psychic powers. It is, however, okay to make dreadful sacrifices in order to win against such relentless foes. Perhaps I could declare exterminatus on a massive scale so I can kill planets before the Tyranids do, starving them of biomass and supplies. Yeah.
No, that doesn't sound right. I don't think so. What's it, Inquisitor Kryptman? Please don't do that. don't eradicate so many worlds just to starve the enemy. I mean, the Tyranids can survive. I mean, they've survived through the void between two galaxies, so I'm sure they're not going to starve to death just because a few planets are, have become exterminated. They will survive and they will continue until they find a new food source. So, yeah, I don't think this is a good idea.
Yes, that sounds good.
Well, that's not the stupidest idea I've ever heard, except for the fact that the Ultra Smurfs didn't kill off the High Fleet entirely, did they?
I highly doubt that any meaningful numbers of them survived. Small tendrils only, such as the Dagon Hive Fleet. But that one is way too far from here for us to be concerned. Moreover, the Ultramarines most likely hunted down the other remains for those last years.
Fair enough. Well, I guess that means we don't have anything to worry about. I just had to open my mouth, didn't I?
Inquisitor! An alien fleet is targeting us. I think they have succeeded in breaching our vessel.
Proceed with the usual defense tactics.
Everyone to battle stations!
I like that. Everyone to battle stations.
Behemoth?
We can question it later. Right now, it's time that I kick ass for the Lord! Long have I waited to slay the enemies of man once more! For the Emperor! What? Oh, come on! After all these years of administration shit and recalf making, we are finally faced with the most unlikely to flee enemy in the galaxy, and they flee!
This is truly disturbing. First the return of Behemoth, and now they run from us?
Actually, Inquisitor, the entire Tyranid fleet is now retreating. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore.
An entire Hive fleet just fled from one ship? What in the Emperor's holy sock drawer is going on?
Inquisitor, are you alright? There has been an attack and...
Everything is alright. The Tyranids threatening the ship are gone. For some reason.
Yeah, for a moment, I almost thought I was actually going to do what I'm fucking trained for.
Someone knows why this happened? They just came here to say hello, smell our ass cheeks, and leave.
I don't fucking know. Sure, fucking...
Ruin Priest Voland, you are the strongest psyker in this vessel. Have you sensed any disturbance that could give us a clue?
I sensed the shadow on the warp moments before they arrived, but nothing else.
Who knows, maybe they ran off because I sensed the arrival of the Ultramary Sioux fleet.
Speaking of which...
What's up with this hate on animosity against the Ultramarines? Why is it that they hate them so much? You know, calling them names, belittling them like that. I don't get it. What's the politics here? Because I can see these Astartes members here just don't like the Ultramarines that much. But really, I haven't seen them being any, like, you know, douchebags or irritable people. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe the chapter master was a bit, you know, over the top. But yeah, I just don't see it. The animosity. Where is it coming from?
What are they doing right now? You would believe they'd localize such a huge-ass threat as this in their own territory and destroy it.
It's probably because we're not in the middle of their empire. We were already leaving its borders, and we are now pretty much out of it. This tendril was maybe escaping Ultramar.
But why wouldn't the Ultramarines still be after them? Were they not hunting down these foul Xenos with extreme prejudice?
You really believe such egomaniac pricks would bother defending the worlds beyond their own borders?
I don't want to sound like an ass on this one, but you are one of them.
I'll give you one guess on why I left them for Death Watch.
I understand.
Oh, okay, so the Apothecary Astartes member is an Ultramarine. But he also hates his Ultramarine grouping. Interesting. Alright.
I know what you mean.
This was my doing.
Draken.
Holy shit, he actually came out of his room to talk to people.
Let me explain. I used something that I synthesized some time ago, but I never had the chance to test it until now. I operated it to generate a psychic pulse of specific nature and frequency that repulsed the creatures. A sort of anti-synapse, if you will.
What in the actual fuck?
How could that even be possible?
Now this is good news. You will have to show me how this device works.
Oh, I shall. But first, I suggest we hunt down this undefeated behemoth tendril. As the crew reports, it was of a dangerous size. Not as huge and devastating as the original for sure, but still a primary threat.
Of course. We will begin tracking it down. And once we spot it, we can ask help from the Ultramarines, who will probably be nearby, in order to vaporize the threat of Behemoth once and for all. Well, I suppose you all can go back to your, occupations. Anywho, time to contact the Ultramarines again. Chapter Master Marnius Augustus Kaugar, are you online?
Well, there was fighting before he hung up. For all we know, they're busy training for the next time they accomplish over-the-top bullshit.
Or the shadow in the warp. I suppose we'll have to stalk the tendril alone for now.
And thus they traveled, not knowing where exactly they were going. This horrid myopia was mostly due to the excessive fuckery caused by the so-called shadow in the warp. They were desperate to reach anyone through their communication systems, until...
And by the lack of penis he had, I found out this motherfucker was a lacrimal. So I punched him right in the groin, and he died.
What a story, Brother Linus. Something. A thought. Just passed into my mind.
Sudden flashback thingy, huh? Those things happen sometimes. I know some young wolf in my company. He may be less of an ass than the majority of us, but just mention his sister, and he just goes fucking berserk.
No. I just received a message from an outside force. I can't identify it exactly, but it was announcing they're coming.
Any ideas who or what?
I can tell you this much. It was another librarian. This has to come from another chapter of Astartes.
We are surrounded by a Space Marine battle force wishing for a meeting. Well, you are independent enough to go settle this. In the meantime, I have more important researches to do.
Huh? Okay then. Well, they should arrive any second now.
Our fifth guy isn't here with us. I know he's a loner, but he could at least...
Wait, they're coming.
I am Arthurus Godfrey, captain of the Blood Ravens' 4th Company.
Blood Ravens? Go lock the reliquary. Well, this is a surprise. We weren't expecting your chapter specifically to be the one to greet us here.
You have entered the subsector of Victoria. We would like to know your motives as an inquisitorial force.
Oh?
It's funny because we have...
Linus, that's not important right now. Go ahead, Captain.
We are back from defending one of these worlds from a rebellion, but we recently located your arrival. Both of our ships are traveling in the same direction, and we were curious about your goals, as we might be of any assistance, since we currently have our hands free of any duties.
Of course, we're actually...
Doing nothing special.
What is wrong? There is no need to be secretive of our goals on this occasion, surely. And an extra force of Astartes is exactly what we need.
Yes, but... well... I'm not so sure about these forces.
What do you mean? Has hanging around the Inquisitor this long damaged your trust in others that much?
No, Voland. You don't understand. Just this once. Please, trust me. And don't...
We are currently stalking a potential Xeno incursion.
Most fine. Our forces will join you in whatever you are doing, but we won't question the specifics if you do not wish to tell us. Make the rest of us aware, Nicholas.
Certainly, Captain.
Welcome then, and I thank you for offering to help.
But seriously, I think that we can deal with this issue by ourselves.
Today, we shall bring reinforcements to the Holy Inquisitorial Death Watch. They need us.
Fucking damn it.
Please forgive us for not giving much detail in the psychic message sent earlier. Our psychics had troubles trying to overcome some sort of ominous curse preventing any outside communication.
Ah, yes, the shadow and the warp. The best trolling weapon ever conceived by Xeno minds.
I will inform Krypton of this good news.
I will accompany you, Voland. Wilfred, assure they return to their cruiser.
Okay, what's up with what's his name? Calato, the Death Watch champion, Astartes member. What's going on with him? Why doesn't he trust the Blood Ravens? Right? Yes. Why doesn't he trust the Blood Ravens? I don't get it. I don't understand. He tried to say something, but he just didn't. So here I am. I'm wondering why is he like this? But luckily, Voland insisted on them coming and joining them on this mission. So yeah. All right. So Ultramarines, Blood Ravens, you can't trust them. You can't be around them because either they're too proud or they're too... Well, in terms of the Blood Ravens, I'm not even entirely sure. Because the guy was so helpful. So, yeah. Weird.
I've taken lots of tell in me day. All I do is cry and beg to go home.
Then you've never had a fire warrior before, God Spiller.
Fascinating. So this is how they actually do it.
Inquisitor Krypt?
The fuck?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Out of sight, out of mind.
How?
Would you turn that off for a minute, Inquisitor? This is rather distracting. We have come to inform you that a whole company of Space Marines just joined us.
Oh? Are they Ultramarines?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, at the very least, we still have some more forces for when we face the alien menace. Any news on the High Fleet's location?
According to our sensors, the High Fleet's presence has faded away. But Psyker sensed the shadow in the warp still. As you can see.
Actually, yes, I still sense it as well. Which means they could be very near. Perhaps they are hiding somehow.
Well, unless the entire High Fleet is cramped behind an asteroid somewhere, I doubt it. There isn't really very many places to hide it, you know, fucking space.
I do not think they wish to confront us again after the use of Draken's device. They could potentially wipe us out in one good assault if they wanted to, but they flee still.
That's what I thought as well. Although we have the Blood Ravens on our side, I think the fight would have been more evenly matched.
Blood Ravens? Lock the reliquary.
Already done, sir.
I still don't understand what you two are talking about.
You will when you're older.
I'm the eldest among us.
We can say for sure that this Victoria subset...
Wait, do Blood Ravens steal? Is that why maybe Inquisitor Krypton is saying that you should lock up things? So I'm assuming that maybe they're like robbers or something. They're just like stealing things.
That might be a primary target for the hidden Tyranid fleet. Precisely the Harvard inhabiting its very heart. Victoria Primus.
A hive world. Perfect target for a Tyranid fleet. Large and highly populated.
So this means if they succeed to assimilate Victoria Primus,
then this Tendro will become even more of a threat. Unacceptable.
Here we go again. Well, maybe I'll actually get to do my fucking job for once.
Well, I might have a specific tactic to prevent the planet from being assimilated.
I don't need any mind reader ability to see what you mean, but wiping out a hive world is generally considered a terrible move, Inquisitor. All the resources, the potential recruits, and human lives. If you're the type to take a last one into account, that is.
Oh, of course. Do not worry, Ruined Priest. We do not even have the confirmation this planet is going to be assimilated anyways. We shall investigate the planet itself to detect any sign of infestation.
I suppose it would be within reason for us to go with you, Inquisitor.
Where did you come from?
Oh, the door was wide open.
They're actually a bunch of nice people. I'd let them in.
And so, the Ordo Xenos and Blood Raven's forces did arrive on the hive world of Victoria Primus, facing ruthless administrative complications and stubborn resistance from the local population. Fortunately, with staunch bravery, an iron will, and copious amounts of exterminatus threats, they were granted the approval to investigate any nearby Xeno activity.
Nice. Although I don't have any idea how we're supposed to check the planet for potential infestation or gene stealer cults. It's been so long since we've done our fucking jobs, I actually forgot how to do it.
Going around interrogating people about an alien attack or abnormal vegetation growth?
Yeah, we might want to use that thing the purple little guy invented that worked before. Once we know the Tyranids are present.
Oh yeah, Draken's device thingy. I'm sure that'll help.
The Blood Ravens here can also aid us in this task.
Very well, Inquisitor. I swear on it!
Whoa, careful!
I shall go back to our ship in orbit, in case I would have to declare, you know.
Your Inquisitor seems in desperate need of help.
The Inquisitor loves Exterminatus. You know, I don't understand this guy. I honestly don't understand. He is fixated with it.
Rather surprising from someone within the powerful Inquisition. Despite being cut off from any reinforcement, do you not have any means of your own to take care of this problem?
Let's just say we're not very...
You can say it's one of the worst inquisitorial forces.
Well, this only happened when Watch Captain Pythoricus left the team to go on his crusades.
No, I personally don't miss him.
Stand fast, Death Watch! We can handle a few gene stealers!
Define few, my lord.
Oh, now that is our little Calato, faltering to a handful of Xenos! But then again, he's from the chapter where Captain scream like little girls at a scratch in the hand!
That is why you don't put a zealous fuckwit in command of one of the most pragmatic organizations in the Imperium. Although, to be fair, since he left, I've basically swapped from champion to recap dispenser. I even wonder why I still hold this fucking sword.
He was pretty competent, Calato. You were just victimized, that's different.
It wasn't... No, fuck.
And at least you weren't as badly victimized as you were on Skitor.
Thanks for reminding me about that. Now I'm going to have to book in another session with the Mind Cleanser.
Captain, we have suspicious reports from citizens.
Oh, yes?
A specific city claims to be the target of a very tall, murderous silent beast that sucks the brain out of its victims. That fits the description of Xenos to me.
It matches the description of those aliens in Spaceship Troopers, I think it was called. There was a worm that would, put its appendage into your skull and then suck out your brain matter. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I wonder if that's what the Space Marine is, describing. Oh gosh.
This creature, do we have any further description?
Well, we do have a portrait done by the local arbites, but... I believe it is possible that the fear of the witnesses made it rather... unreliable.
Do show me.
Here.
I'm getting too chivalrous for this shit. Oh, send this to the Death Watches. I suppose they will know.
Well, that's a lictor. With boobs. I don't know what the person was on when he was drawing this, but I sure as shit don't want any.
I do. Sounds like one hell of a party to me.
Well, we better make Kryptman aware of this so he can use Draken's thingy-ma-what's-it to possibly force the High Fleet to not approach this world. Let's send a message to him.
Aren't we going to the ship ourselves?
Do you remember the last time we got to have some fresh air outside of Kryptman's flying recaf party van?
Yeah, let's hang out here some more. It's been too long since we had fun.
You do realize there's a Tyranid fleet on its way here to eat the planet?
And that's why we better enjoy it now.
Lord Kryptman, the Death Watch on Victoria Primus' surface are confirming Xeno presence that speaks of the first step of Tyranid infestation on the planet. They also request using, and I'm quoting them here, sir, the little purple guy's device.
Very well. Draken, Tyranids have been confirmed on this hive world. We need your... Draken? Follow me, Acolyte.
Whoa! Where are we going?
Draken's room.
Really? It's the one place nobody is allowed to go.
If he's not in his room, then we will activate this Tyranid repulsive ourselves. Him not responding is also unusual. Draken, are you in?
I knew Draken was up to something. I mean, he's just too fixated with the Tyranids. Yeah, he's probably dissecting one of them or something. I don't know.
Let us enter. This is the device. Strange.
Man, whatever he has been doing here, it looks like it's pretty nasty. I still don't get how you could trust this Draken guy. Never looked like the kind of person you trust like an old friend, you know? I mean, who knows what kind of weird, creepy, secret shit he's been working on.
Oh, the real secret would be himself.
What do you mean, my lord?
I can tell you, but you must promise me to let yourself be shot in the head after.
Well, in that case, don't bother.
Well, actually, making you aware of the existence of a secret already condemns you. So you are pretty much already dead. I can still answer your question, though, if you'd rather know.
This is... discouraging. Okay then, go ahead. Might as well. What's this Draken guy's deal?
The details of his identity and his recruitment in the Ordo Xeno have always remained classified, for many would consider this a blasphemy and sue me and my whole crew. I am unsure how other Inquisitors would react if I tell them one of my researchers is a Xenohorrificus. Good thing he had that operation for his legs.
What? You don't mean he's a gene stealer?
Oh, come now, human resource. That would not make any sense. Gene stealers are tyranny by the Emperor.
What? What is it?
I have been a fool.
Indeed, you have.
Huh?
This device repulsing the Tyranids. It was all false, wasn't it?
It does work, but only to call for the hive mind. I successfully found and awoke a long-lost tendril of Behemoth that had been drifting aimlessly in the void of space, dormant for a century. I thank you, my lord. I thank you for allowing me to build this marvelous synapse synthesizer. Thanks to the sample of various Tyranids you provided me after the Battle of Macragge. It is my masterwork. Made possible by my flawless infiltration.
Infiltration?
You have been fooled from the start of this endeavor. Not all the Tyranids that attacked previously left the ship. I have masked their direct presence with this device as they wait on board in the ship's darkest corners for the right time to strike.
And you're only striking now? You could have done that from the start when Behemoth showed itself for the first time, and when we were horribly outnumbered.
Well, I was still intimidated by your policies. But I only gave away obvious information that any average intelligence human would have found out about us. In due time, anyway. But you have willingly brought us such a bountiful feast as this hive world, so they shall not wait much longer. That is yet another thing I can thank you for, Lord Kryptman.
But why would you do that? You're with the Imperium! Emperor! He was sided with a gene stealer cult all along! We must set on the alarm!
Gene stealers? Not quite! But if you are searching for those...
I should have known your kind was only good for extinction. My only regret now is that I won't be able to study further the link between you and them.
Enough being humiliated and used. I shall rise and once more assume my true nature.
That also sounds like a Dragon Ball Z trope right there. What's his name? Frieza. I remember when he was evolving into his different stages, and I think it was Krillin or it was Vegeta who was saying, "Is this your final form?" And then Frieza would say, "You fool, this is not my final form." He said something similar to that. Yeah, something similar to what Draken just said. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just remembering this right now as I'm watching this.
Not for long, you son of a clever girl. What?
One shot. One kill.
Death Watch, assemble! That was so refreshing! Yes, at fucking last! I am reborn! Yes, I feel great!
This is what happens when you mess with the X-Men!
You mean Devil.
Who is this guy?
I feel incredible!
Oh my! We've actually survived?
I have indeed. But where is Draken?
I suppose he had the time to run away while we were busy fighting gene stealers. He couldn't have gone very far.
How did you get back here in time?
Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Well, we received an emergency message from Cyrus, who perceived suspicious noises while he was staying on the ship during all this time. We also had doubts about the fact that you could have suddenly decided to use your radical methods for dealing with the infestation and basically blow it up while we were still on there.
Oh no, I would never send my precious Death Watches to a certain death.
I don't trust you. Okay? You are coming on too much with this exterminatus thing, so I don't trust you. I don't.
Who would make me recalf then?
And back down we go.
We purged the rest of the Xeno presences that had manifested themselves on the ship. This cruiser was a genuine insect hole.
How did you get back in here again?
We followed you.
You didn't purge everything. Look there! Someone fired an emergency capsule. He's getting away!
Damn you, Imperium! Damn you, Kryptman! Rejoice while you can, but you will never withstand what is to come! Not even the Ultramarines could have sent you. What the fuck?
Well, I'd say that solves one of our problems.
Wait, I don't get it. What happened? What ate him? Was that a Tyranid?
So it seems that Draken was a traitor all along. How is he related to the Tyranids?
Nothing I can reveal you, unless you accept to use the mind cleanser right after.
Ah.
Why didn't you give the Acolyte the same option to mind cleanse him instead of killing him? But anyways, it's too late now. He's dead.
Well, he's dead anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. Although, now we have bigger problems.
No good. Never give the hive mind time to grow.
Okay guys, that's it. That's the end of part 2 of Behemoth, part 2 of 3. And yes, the Inquisitor Kryptman, he is really just so obsessed with Exterminatus, and he wants to use it in a very dangerous way, like, you know, destroying the planets that are along the path of the Behemoth fleet, so that the Tyranids become starved. I mean, I don't think that's going to work. You know, like I said before, the Tyranids are intergalactic species, right? And they've been traveling intergalactic space for countless years, probably. And I don't think they're going to starve just because a few planets along the way are already destroyed. You know, they're going to keep themselves resolute to find the next feeding ground. So I don't think that's going to work. I just don't see it happening. Yes, the Death Watch members, Calato, like, he's been itching for battle for so long, ever since part 1. And now here in part 2 he finally got his chance at the end. I like it when you were saying Death Watch assemble. It was fun. It was really fun, especially with the cutting animation. That was really funny. The Blood Ravens. I don't know why Death Watch member Calato has an issue with them. Also Kryptman, he also has an issue with the Blood Ravens. I'm assuming that they are thieves. You know, they steal things from other chapters or other Astartes members. I'm not sure. but I think it has to deal with something like that. Maybe they're thieves. And the Ultramarines, you either love to hate them or you just love to support them. Yeah, I guess I could say that. I don't know why is it like that. Is it because they are the #1 legion or the biggest legion and that's why people don't really like them? I'm not sure about the animosity there, but it's quite interesting. And Draken, all this time Inquisitor Kryptman has kept this person, this what did you call it, a Xeno Horrifica, something like that, on his ship, you know, having him work on various projects and all that stuff that related with the Tyranids. And only at the end did he realize that, oh, the Gene Stealers and the Tyranids are one and the same. Like, come on, Inquisitor, come on. But yeah, Chapter Master Marnius Augustus Calglar, I hope he's okay. Because he is still a very interesting character. I want to see him in part 3. Hopefully he'll be there. And hopefully I could hear him say, "For the Emperor!" again. I really like how he says it. Okay guys, yeah, that's it for today with Behemoth part 2 of 3. If you wanna check out my previous reaction, remember the playlist card will be at the top. Just click on it and you'll be able to access it, or it will be here on the side, somewhere here on the side probably. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, if you like the video, please give me a like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye bye.